Hey folks, welcome to Moonshift Audio. After my recent tutorial on how to make a dirty synth pop track like Artemas, I had a request for a video on how to make the bass patch that I used. Here's the sound that I'll be showing you how to make this week. If you'd like to work with me as a producer or mix engineer, you can get in touch at moonshiftaudio.com or in the comments below. I put out a new video every week, so please do like and subscribe. But for now, let's jump into Serum and we'll take a look at this bass. Okay, so here we are in Serum, and as usual, we're going to start off making the sort of general tone of this using the oscillators. And as this is a bass, I'm going to lower the octave by 2, and we're going to use some pretty basic shapes for this. So we'll go basic shapes. We just want a sawtooth. Lovely. We will have a little bit of unison. We're not going for like a big, crazy thick sound, but a little bit is good. So just 2 oscillators, or a unison of 2. But that's way too detuned, so just pull that down. Lovely. And just to keep things a little bit interesting, I'm going to put a little bit of a bend on this, and only like 10% or something. Just so it's a slightly imperfect saw wave there. And we can go from there onto oscillator B, which is going to be the sort of high end of the bass tone. So we'll just lower that by 1 octave. Again, we'll give that the same unison of 2 and bring the detune down again. And for the wave shape, I have something a little bit more interesting. Perhaps like some one of these, and I think I used position 90 when I made this before. Bit more of a sort of square wave kind of deal, and we'll do the same thing but perhaps a bit more. Just gives us a few more tonal options. Lovely, that's sounding pretty fat, I would say. We will use the sub, so we're going to pull this down 2 octaves and we'll just have that on a square wave. Getting really heavy now. And just a little bit of analog noise. Just want it so you can just hear it, and that's working nicely just to sort of rough that up even more, scuzz it up. It's quite a dirty sound we're going for. Now, so much of the tone is going to come from the filter, and we want to make sure that's working on both oscillators, the noise and the sub. And we'll use a 24 dB in octave filter for this, and we're going to have it pretty low, almost filtering out everything there. I'm going to give it some resonance. Just put it up so we can hear what we're doing. Yeah, that feels about right. We'll give it some drive. Lovely. And we'll fatten it as well. About 20% or so. Yeah, lovely. So a big part of what this bass tone is about is the filter envelope. So I'm going to pull this pretty low to like, 20 hertz or something like that. 23 would be fine. Barely there now. And we're going to make envelope 2 our filter envelope. So we'll drag that over there. And we want that so it's like almost bringing it to the top. Not past the top where that red indicator is, but yeah, just almost full. And now we can start to shape this. So the attack's fine with 0.5 milliseconds. The decay, let's pull the sustain down. There we go, we're starting to get it already. Probably want to go. Lovely. Yeah, just over a second is great there. And we give it some release as well, which we won't hear until we add some release to the amp envelope. Just softens it off a little bit there. We'll pull the attack on this down to 0 because we want that instant sort of attack. Decay's fine at a second, and the sustain just a little bit low. Nice, so that's a pretty good starting point for our tone. Now, one thing that I did in the Artemas production tutorial a couple of weeks ago was work with the velocity to get this velocity sensitive. So all we need to do is for this envelope that's modulating the filter cutoff, we need to choose an aux source velocity. And now, that's a soft note. The harder we press the key, the higher the velocity and the more mod we get from that envelope on the filter cutoff. Just to polish this off, we could do a bit of an EQ, and I would say just a little bit of boost in the lows and in the highs could be really nice. So the low, we've got these both on shelves, and the low shelf, we'll take it way down to like 150 Hertz. And the high, yeah, actually about 2K is probably about right. Just a very gentle smile curve on that, really. And we'll give it some chorus. Perhaps not quite as much depth as that. But yeah, the mix halfway is great. And that is basically our patch. I'll just show you a quick taste of how that would sound with some actual notes played through it. Here's a very basic sequence that I've drawn. You can see the velocity here. And obviously in my production tutorial for the Artemas style track, I used a lot of processing on that, not least a trash distortion. But that should give you a pretty good starting point to work from. That's it for this week, but please do like and subscribe for more tips, tricks, resources and downloads from me at Moonshift Audio. Till next time.